The Adventure of Timmy and His Little Dog. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a little boy named Timmy. Timmy was 7 years old. He lived in a small house with his mother and father. Timmy had one special friend, his little dog, Max. Max was a small brown dog with big floppy ears and a happy tail. He loved to run and play with Timmy every day. One sunny morning, Timmy woke up early. He looked out the window and saw the bright blue sky. "Today is a good day for an adventure," he said excitedly. He ran to the kitchen where his mother was making breakfast. "Mom, can Max and I go on an adventure today?" Timmy asked. His mother smiled and said, "You can go, but remember to stay close to the village. Don't go too far." "I will, Mom. Don't worry," Timmy promised. Timmy quickly ate his breakfast, and Max wagged his tail, happy to go outside. Timmy put on his favorite blue jacket, and they both went out the door. The village was peaceful, with small houses and big trees. Timmy and Max walked down the dirt path. Timmy smiled as he looked around. The flowers were colorful, and birds were singing in the trees. Max ran ahead, sniffing the grass and wagging his tail. "Let's go to the forest," Timmy said, pointing to the trees in the distance. Max barked happily, and they started walking toward the forest. The forest was not far from the village, and Timmy had visited it before. There were tall trees and soft grass, and sometimes they saw squirrels running up the trees. As they walked into the forest, Timmy felt excited. He loved being outside. He walked carefully on the soft ground, and Max ran ahead, sniffing every tree and bush. They passed a small stream that was sparkling in the sunlight. Timmy knelt down to touch the water. It was cool and refreshing. "Look, Max, the water is so clear," Timmy said. Max barked and splashed the water with his paws. Timmy laughed and continued walking. After walking for a while, Timmy and Max came to a small hill. Timmy decided to climb it. It was not too steep, but it was a little hard to climb because of the rocks and plants. Max followed Timmy, jumping over the rocks with ease. At the top of the hill, Timmy could see the whole village below. He could also see the big mountains in the distance. Timmy loved this view. It made him feel like he was on top of the world. "This is beautiful, Max," Timmy said, looking out at the view. Max sat next to Timmy, panting a little. Timmy smiled at his dog and patted his head. "Let's sit here for a while and rest," Timmy said. They sat on the soft grass, enjoying the cool breeze. The sun was high in the sky, and the trees around them made nice, shady spots. Timmy closed his eyes for a moment, listening to the birds singing and the wind blowing through the leaves. But after a while, Timmy decided it was time to keep going. "Come on, Max. Let's explore more of the forest," Timmy said excitedly. Max stood up and wagged his tail, ready to continue. They walked down the hill and deeper into the forest. As they walked, Timmy noticed something strange. There were footprints on the ground. They looked like they were made by a big animal. Timmy felt a little nervous. "Do you think it's a bear, Max?" Timmy asked his dog. Max barked and wagged his tail, but Timmy wasn't sure if that was a good sign. He decided to follow the footprints anyway. They walked for a few more minutes, and then they came to a small cave hidden behind some bushes. Timmy stopped. "This is strange, Max," Timmy said. "I wonder who lives here." Max sniffed the air and barked again. Timmy looked at the cave and thought for a moment. "Should we go in?" he asked. Max wagged his tail again, as if to say, "Yes, let's see what's inside." Timmy took a deep breath and carefully stepped closer to the cave. It was dark inside, but Timmy could see something shiny in the back. He stepped inside the cave, and Max followed him. As they walked further in, Timmy saw that the shiny thing was a pile of rocks, and the rocks were sparkling in the light. "Wow, these rocks are beautiful!" Timmy exclaimed. Max barked and sniffed the rocks. Timmy smiled and sat down to look at them more closely. They were not just regular rocks. They were special. Some were blue, some were red, and some were even gold. Timmy thought they looked like magic rocks. He decided to take a few small ones home. "Let's take these to show Mom and Dad," Timmy said. "They will be so surprised." Max barked, and Timmy picked up a few of the shiny rocks. He carefully put them in his jacket pocket, and they walked out of the cave. As they walked back toward the village, Timmy felt proud. He had found something special in the forest, and he couldn't wait to show it to his family. He and Max walked together, talking about their adventure. When they got back to the village, Timmy's mother was waiting for them by the door. "How was your adventure?" she asked, smiling. "It was amazing, Mom. We found a cave with shiny rocks," Timmy said excitedly. "Shiny rocks?" his mother asked, raising her eyebrows. Timmy took the rocks out of his pocket and showed them to his mother. "Look, they are beautiful." His mother looked at the rocks and smiled. "They are very pretty, Timmy. I'm glad you had a fun day. But remember, it's important to be careful in the forest." "I was careful, Mom," Timmy said, smiling. "Max helped me too." Max wagged his tail happily. That evening, Timmy's father came home and Timmy showed him the rocks. "These rocks are very interesting," his father said, examining them carefully. "I think you found something special." Timmy smiled and looked at Max. "Yes, we had a great adventure today." That night, Timmy went to bed with a big smile on his face. He thought about the beautiful forest, the shiny rocks, and his loyal dog, Max. It had been a perfect day. The next morning, Timmy woke up early again, ready for another adventure. He looked at Max and said, "Where should we go today, Max?" Max wagged his tail and barked as if to say, "Let's go and find more adventures." Timmy laughed and said, "I think we will have more fun today." And so, every day, Timmy and Max went on little adventures, exploring the village, the forest, and even the hills. They found many more interesting things, like colorful flowers, hidden paths, and new friends. Timmy and Max learned that the world was full of wonders, and that every day could be an adventure if they stayed curious. And they lived happily ever after, exploring the world together.